I'm Kelly, and this is my channel, Kel's Stitches. This is a place where I talk about everything cross-stitching and, you know, all the side hobbies that go along with it. So today is Monday, the 30th of June, 2025. I nearly said 2024 then. 2025. And this is Flosstube number 74. So welcome to all of to any new subscribers that I may have picked up in the last couple of weeks. Very much appreciated that you've come in. Let me just adjust this camera. It's going to be in my road just slightly. It's very much appreciated that you've stopped in and had a look at my videos. Hope you continue to enjoy the content that I show you. And welcome back to any of my existing subscribers and viewers. And once again, it is very much appreciated. Without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. So let's just, I thought I had my camera. There we go, that's a bit better. Let's just get straight into this stitching that I got done this fortnight, shall we? So the first one that I worked on was this one. It is called Autumn Blessings, and it is a Shannon Christine Designs. It's only a little one. It's only, what is it, 130 by 130 stitches. So it's not huge. And that's what it'll look like when it is completed. Where are we? Trying to remember. I'll try not to bump the camera. Alright. I'll put up a picture of where we were the last time. And this is where I am up to now. So as you can see, I dropped the nerd. I've moved the nudge and dropped it down, and I've just started stitching the bottom three. So that is the last. As you can see, it's not huge. I probably could have fit it all into the nudge, but so yeah. So what I'm doing now, because this is the bottom of the rest of the pattern, all I'm doing is I am just picking the very next color in Pattern Keeper and just working it across the three squares there. So what I'd done was I did start with the white and do all the outline and everything, and yeah, from there I'm just going from whatever color is on the top of the list in Pattern Keeper and working it through. So I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,1200 stitches into it, and I'm just trying to recall how many stitches I have left in it. I think in my if the next time this gets called in my rotation, I have a funny feeling that this could be a finish the next time it gets called. So yeah, that'll be exciting. But yeah, it looks really good. And this is just on a bit of 18 count Aida that I dyed myself. But yeah, I'm loving this one, and it's stitching up really quick. So yeah, as I said, next time it's called, it could possibly be a finish. I can't remember. I know I'm up to, I think I'm up at like 92 or 95% or something on it. And I can't look because it's on my Pattern Keeper's on my tablet. So yeah, can't check that one out. All right, the next one that I worked on was my Year in the Woods series. So Just trying to remember. I am pretty sure that I was still on the jackrabbit. I still had a little bit to finish off, I am sure, of the jackrabbit. I think I still had these flowers to go. No, not the jackrabbit. Nope, already done him. The raccoon. Raccoon, where are you? I was like, I thought that was wrong because I already done that one. Alright, let me just see where we... Nope, that's the one I'm up to. Where are you? What am I missing? Hang on, give me a second. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Alright. Where is he? Where's he ran off to? Oh, there he is. Squashed at the bottom. How dare I? Okay, this was the one that I was up to. I was looking at the jackrabbit and going, that wasn't the colour of the flowers that I was doing. No, because I was doing the pink flowers. So I just had the pink flowers to finish off on the raccoon. And let me just get these ones back into my bag. So I did finish him off. I'm sorry, but I had to move the nurge and I'm not taking him back out. So as you can see, I did finish the raccoon off. Finished him all up, and I have moved the nurge over, and I am now doing the ferrets. And he is kind of cute, even though I don't personally like ferrets myself. But yeah, he is kind of cute. So as you can see, I have started up in this flower up in the corner. I think I'll get the flower done. Once I get the flower done, then I can count across to the ferret and get some of, maybe start on some of him next time it's called in my rotation. Or maybe I should do this flower and this whole, like this stem and that. Yeah, maybe I should go down and do those, and then I can do the ferret and then do all this up here. But yes, so I am now stitching now onto the ferret. So that means I've got 5 animals out of the 12 done. And the good thing is the animals do fit, one fits just nicely into this nurge, so I don't have to move it until I am onto another animal. But yeah, they are all looking amazing. And I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,100 stitches into it. Majority of them, surprisingly, being those finishing off those pink flowers around the raccoon. And this is just being stitched on an 18 count aider that I dyed myself using it was powdered dyes, cocoa brown and a touch of orange I put in there just to get that bit of shading into it. So yes, that is the ferret. And the second animal for the series 2 has come out, which is a little sugar glider, which makes me very, very happy because sugar gliders are an Australian animal. And it's super cute, so I will have to get around to. I usually wait for 3 animals to come out before I buy the 3 patterns. That way it makes it more worth it to get them posted. Because I buy my cottage garden sampling patterns from a Stitch in Time down in Tasmania. So yeah, it's usually a better idea just to buy 3 patterns at once than it is to just buy them singly monthly, because the postage for the 3 patterns is the same as the postage for 1. Rightio. The next one that I worked on was this one. This one is called Tiger Lily. The artwork is by Laurie Prindle and it is charted by Pain Free Crafts. And this is what it'll look like when it is completed. I love this whole series of these cats. I've got the leopard, and I've got the, do I have the white tiger? I know there is a white tiger one. Trying to remember how many I've got, and I did go through all my kitted up projects and sort them all out, so, and I can't even remember how many of these I've got. But anyway, that's what it'll look like when it's completed. And I will put up a picture of where it was. And this is where I'm up to. I think I'd already moved the Nurge last time, so yes, so I am working in his, like, this is the page that contains his other eye. As you can see, the eye is coming in here, getting stitched in. I am loving the way this one is stitching up. It is amazing. It's just, yeah, love it. But yeah, you can see that eye coming in here. So basically all I'm doing now is choosing whatever colour is up here next and just working it over the whole page. And I've got the other 2 pages marked out to the edge of the pattern, but I do work in pages, so I work in pages, but I do feather a little bit on the sides, so if there's just a couple of stitches of the colour that I'm using, I'll just pop it in on the side there. Okay, so I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,000 stitches into it, and it is looking amazing. Yeah, I really wish I got more stitches into it. Like, look at that eye. Look at it. So yeah, loving that one. And because this was a Crystal Club kit, it is already kitted up on the cards. And who doesn't? This is why I run my fingers through my floss, because they get all tangled, but who doesn't love running their fingers through their floss? It's just one of those things we tend to do. I know I said on my last video that I probably will be stopping the Crystal Club, and I'm still going to have to do it because it's one of those things, but I will miss getting them as well. But you do what you have to, don't you? All right. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop buying charts from Sarah, because, you know, her charting is absolutely amazing. I'll just have to kit them up myself. All right, the next one that I worked on is called Horse Portrait, which is this one. It is a chart or a pattern off eBay. by a company called Just Stitching. I don't know if they're still going or if they're still on there or anything like that, or if they're even licensed artwork. But I got this off my mother-in-law probably 8 or so years ago now, so yeah, might as well stitch it. And it just reminds me, the look of it just reminds me of one of my horses. So, but that is what it'll look like when it is completed. And this is where we're up to. So as you can see, I have finished off that page. It is all done and dusted. So I am pretty sure Pattern Keeper read at like 53% or something. So yeah, I just came down and done a few stitches down here just to finish off, even my stitches out and finish it off. Because yeah, all of the background is in 10 stitch. You can't really see from a distance, you can't tell. So all the horse is full cross and all the background I am just doing in half or 10 stitch, whatever you want to call it. Just to make it go a bit quicker. But when I move this nudge down, yeah, so I'll be into the muzzle of the horse, the muzzle and the nose and the neck. So let's see how close to a finish we can get this one this year. Hopefully we'll be pretty close to a finish by the end of the year. Now I worked on this one for 2 days and I got 950 stitches in, and it looks a lot more because all of that 950, technically it would be 1900 stitches, but because they were all 10 stitch, I class 2 10 stitch as 1 full stitch, which is how I count my stitches because of the challenges and the groups that I'm in on Facebook. So yeah, so technically it was like nearly 2000 stitches, but for counting purposes it is 950 stitches, and it's just being stitched on a 16 count white Aida. The next one that I've worked on is this one. It is actually called Wolf Duo. I know I've been calling it Two Wolves, but it's actually called Wolf Duo. When I pulled the paper pattern out, it had Wolf Duo. So I suppose that's what I better call them from now on. I am currently working in this one here with the little baby cub or wolf pup, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's the one I'm working in. That is what it'll look like when it's completed. Didn't get much stitching into this one, but this is currently where I am up to. So as you can see, I have put in some stark stitches around here. So I only worked on this for 1 day and I got 300 stitches into it. Yeah, so not many stitches went in, but it's still 300 more than what it was previously. And I am doing it. I am going to do them as like a bit of a hanging one under the other. But I also haven't done any of the back stitching. I will leave the back stitching with these till last because it's not that bad and they're not that big, so it should be pretty easy to get the back stitching done. But yeah, that is what it looks like currently. All right. The last one that I worked on was this one. It is called Shaped Wolf. The artwork is by Greg Giordano and it is charted by Heaven Earth Designs. And I know I say this every time, I do have the white wolf version that's charted by Charting Creations, and I do actually think it's facing the same way. For some reason I thought it was facing in a different direction, but it's not. But anyway, we're talking about this one at the moment. So that is what it'll look like when it is completed. I was last working in this area here. And oh, it's right here in front of me on my stand because I worked on it last night. Pop that off because you're going to have to see what I've done. So as you can see, I have finished filling in that black there. His nose looks a little bit funny, but I've done all the stitches correctly. Anyway, so yeah, I finished filling in all the black that I had left here in his nose and his mouth, and I have moved, and I have now shifted the Q-snap and moved down to this page here, which is the bottom of the pattern, or well, where the stitching goes to. There's like 20 stitches down here on the very bottom of the pattern that has nothing on it, so I'm not even going to bother. So yeah, this is, you can see where I've started. So this is his back leg. Now over here I have started stitching over in here as well, because there's just a little bit of the rest of his foot in there. The rest of his paw goes across here about that much, and I thought, bugger it, I might as well stitch it while I'm going, because it's all the same colors as what's in the rest of the foot, and it saves me having to come back and just do that little bit of a section of it. So yeah, I'm just going to stitch that in. And then in here in this corner, the other part of his other back paw comes in, and there's a little bit under here which I'm just going to stitch. I think it's like 2 or 3 stitches deep under here that I'm just going to stitch in. So again, I don't have to come back and just do that. Might as well do it while I'm here, hey. So yeah, and that is, this is being stitched on an 18 count Aida that I dyed myself in this terracotta colour. It is actually showing pretty true to colour there at the moment. And I worked on this for 2 days and I got 900 stitches into it. But yeah, it is going to look pretty good. So, have a look. So yeah, this is where I'm stitching, is this in here, this back leg here. So I might as well do all that, and then in the corner of that page is just that part of his paw. And then once I finish this, I will shift the Q-snap and move over and do a column of pages down on this side. That is how I decided to stitch this one, because way back when I was deciding how to move, doing this, so there you can see the whole, everything that I've got stitched of it so far. But yeah, I started in the middle because I am a center starter. And I got that whole column done, and I was like, where should I go to next? Like I asked on my channel, where should I go to next? And it was pretty evenly split between going towards the back and going towards the front. So I won't bugger it. I'll just do one column of pages on the tail end, and then I'll swap and do one column of pages on the head end. And that's how I'm going to stitch it. And just keep working it like that until we get it all complete. So yeah, no I won't. I will put that back in its bag because I am done with it. Did I say? Yes, I'm pretty sure I said what I stitched on and how much I stitched on it. Look, that's all the colours. Like you can see some nice pinks and blues and purples in there. But yeah, the white one, which is charted by Charting Creations, is also by Greg Giordano. I have got it in my pattern stash. I just have not got it kitted up because I'm thinking that I will probably do it on possibly a blue fabric. I'm thinking maybe not a real light blue, but not a real dark blue either. Maybe an in-between. Have I got anything here in the colour that I'm thinking? No, I have not. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is I am going to do it in a stitch it on a blue fabric that I will dye. But anyway, but if you watched my last video, you're probably thinking to yourself, yes, but Kelly, you pulled out 7 projects and you've only shown 6. That's because I did not stitch on this one for this fortnight, which is okay. I've just thrown the thingy back in, and I will, if I pull it out this week, I'll pull it out this week, and hopefully I'll be able to stitch on it. And that is the beauty of getting finishes done and not starting anything new, because I start pulling less for my fortnightly rotation, and it just means that if I have some nights where I don't stitch, which in this fortnight I think I had 4 nights possibly, that I didn't stitch. Yeah, 3 nights that I didn't stitch at all. So it just means that I've got them a couple of extra days that I can use, or I can, if I don't get to stitch on one project, it can go on the next rotation. So I actually think that's what I'm going to do. Instead of pulling this back out, I am just going to pass this on to the rotation that I am going to pull for in a second. And that means I only have to, I'll pull 6 projects out rather than 7. Alrighty-o. So let's get into and just pull these out so we know what we're working on. And if I pull that tag out, well, it's already in the rotation, isn't it? So the first one is the Modern Folk Embroidery Sale. Let me just write these down. I've got wools, MFE. Happy Mood Points. Look how tiny my pencil's getting. Wild. Ooh. Will I be able to get that one done? Will I be able to get that as a finish this rotation? I am trying to think how many stitches I've got left. It is less than 2,000 stitches to finish that one off, I'm pretty sure. It could only be something like 1,200 stitches, so we may actually get that one done. Got spirit guides. So next year I am going to go with a wheel app on the other phone that I record on, because these poor things are starting to get a little bit tattered, and it saves me just having to do new ones every year. Waterhole masters, or master. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6, and 1 more. What is it going to be? Mini top frog. All right, so I am happy with those picks. Let me show you what those ones are going to be. Why did I close that? Because I need it. There we go. Right. That one. Should be the 7, hopefully. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it is. All right, so these are the ones that I'm going to be working on for this fortnight. We have Spirit Guides by Laurie Prindle, Mini Top Frog by Jodie Bergsma. We have My Happy Mood Points, Quaker Sampler, Waterhole Master by David Penfound. Feels like it's been ever since that I've stitched on this one. We have Wild by 2x2 Stitch Art off Etsy. The Modern Folk Embroidery Sale for 2024, No Time Like the Present. And again, we have Moonrise Song by Abraham Hunter. And this week is pretty good. This fortnight's pretty good for work and stuff. We do have a wedding on. We do have a wedding on Saturday night, so I probably won't be able to stitch that tonight, but that's okay. I'll just make sure it's one of the smaller ones that I have for those couple of days over the weekend. Because I generally try to get my 2 full days into any of my full coverages, because they're the ones that are going to take the longest for me to stitch, and the ones that need the most stitches into them. The small ones usually I can smash out either in the 12 months or 12 or 18 months. The small ones will get done in. But it's the big ones that need the most attention on them, isn't it? All right, so what we'll do now is we will update my boards. All right, so we've got the small, let me see, is that, yep, that works. All right, so we have the small full coverages and the non-full coverage board here. That is Autumn. Autumn Blessings is here. That's 1,200, which makes that 6,800. Now, I'm trying to remember, as I said, I'm trying to recall how many stitches I've got left on that. But when it comes in the next rotation and I manage to stitch on it, it will be a finish and a goal completion, more than likely. Is there 700 stitches left in it? Possibly. But yeah, it'll be a finish, but if it's a goal completion as well, that means I put $20 into my money box. Let's try to think of the word then. Right, Year in the Woods. This one here got 1,100. So that makes that 7,700. So here we go. I've got my money box and I've got my $10. So if you're new, if this is the first time you're watching me, I stole this idea off Crafty Emily, where she is doing whip go, and if she finishes her whip go challenges, she puts some money into her whip go tree, and then at the end of the year she'll have some money to buy some Gecko Rouge kits or whatever she likes. So I decided to take that idea and run with it and do it my way. So I do have goals for stitch goals for all of my projects. 7,500 for the smaller projects, 10,000 for the big projects. And if I reach that goal, I put $10 into my money box. And if I finish that goal, I also put $10 into the money box. So that means if I finish the goal before the 7,500, I still get the $10. If it's more than 7,500 to finish it, I'll get $20. So yeah, that, and I was going to, my idea at the start of the year was to kit up a chatelaine with it. I have now changed my mind and I'm just going to use it to either buy some kits or to buy kit up patterns that I've already got. The partner's just giving me a funny look like, what the hell do you mean? Like, because he watched me sort out all my kits and projects the other day, and yeah, I don't think he realised how many I actually had, and he told me that I was crazy. But anywho, we will keep just going on with this. So yeah, the look he just gave me was like, you freaking crazy. I don't think you need to be kitting any more up, but anyway. But yeah, I should have a decent little stash amount at the end of the year to do whatever I want with. Okay, so the next one we're going to write down is the horse portrait, which is this one here. And we got 950. So that's that. That brings that to that. That's 9, 16, 17. That's 4,700. And the wolf duo was 300. So that makes that 4,380. Now, what I was going to do, but I don't think I will, the Year in the Woods, because it's 12, I was going to put $10 in for each animal that I finished as well, because technically they are separate patterns. But because I'm doing it all as one, I'm just going to leave it as that. I'm just going to put it in as I reach each goal. So now, because I have reached the 7,500 goal for that one, the next goal is 10,000. So once I reach 10,000, it will, I'll get another $10. That's all of those ones. now my full coverage board. We have, and it was only the two that I worked on, Tiger Lily, yeah, was 1,000. So that's 5,200. And we've got the Shape Dwarf over here, which was 900. So that brings that to 4,100. So at the 6-month mark of the year, we are a little behind on some of these, but that's okay. I'm sure I will catch up on them. This one here, we all know why I'm behind on this one here. That's the cross stitch for everyone, so the 2025 one. And I have made a decision with that one, and I am going to scrap it. It is no longer going to be in my rotation, so what I will do is I am just going to take it out, and I am just going to swap it out for the 2024 one, which has already started, and I'm a good probably a third of the way through that one possibly. So, and I enjoyed stitching on last year's. This one I'm just not doing it. Can't do it, won't do it, don't want to do it. So yeah, that is, so that's my decision on that one. I am scrapping it, and it is not going to happen anymore. Oh, sorry, off camera for a second. Ooh. Oops, what was that? Oh. Alright, so this is my other board that I have. This is my goal completion board, where I put in the date that I completed that goal. So, which one did I do? Year in the Woods. I have to just quickly go back to see what date I done those. Okay, 19th. So a Year in the Woods, I will just write it here because that is goal 1. And we're not going to finish it this year, so and the rate that I'm stitching at it, I could very well be at actually, instead of going 10,000, should I just double it and go 15,000? I think that's what we'll do for those ones. We'll just, once I reach the 7.5, we'll double it and we'll go to 15,000. Or is that too much? Because some of them aren't even. No, I'll stick at 10,000. Year in the Woods, 19th of the 6th. Is when I completed that first goal. And then I did buy myself another little whiteboard, which I have rubbed off already. I will probably, this is where being a lefty is not actually conducive to writing on whiteboards. So I bought myself another little whiteboard, which I said I was going to start next year, but I decided that I might as well do it for this year. And so this is my yearly stitch count board. As you can see, I've got each month down the side, and then I am just going to write the monthly stitch count here and then add it up so we can see how far or what I've got so far. But because today's the 30th of June, obviously I haven't written in today in June's stitch count because I've still got a stitch for today. So next time we will see this, it will have the June total. But to the end of May, I had already done 102,399 stitches. I can already tell you that June's stitch count is not great. It is not great at all. It is, I think it's just over 10,000 stitches. Might be about 11,000 stitches. But yeah, it's not great. But that's okay. We have these months, don't we? And it's not because I've lost my stitchy bug, it's just because I haven't been stitching quite as much as what I usually do, and falling asleep on the couch by 8:30, 9 o'clock every night is not helping either. Alright, so that is all of my stitching sort of progress and stuff. I will just say for the fortnight rotation, I've done 5,450 stitches, so you can even tell off that how little I have stitched, because usually that amount is double. So that's all my stitchy progress. I do have a little bit of haul to show you, and then that's pretty much it. So I got my Silks for You. I am in the Seasons club, and I am in the Hank of the Month club as well. So I paid for both of those, and they sent them in one package to save on postage. So yes, thank you very much, Joe. So I will show you, if you have not received your Hank of the Month yet, if you're in the club and you don't want to see it, please look away, fast forward, skip by about probably 30 to 60 seconds, because I'm going to show it. If you do want to see it, well, keep your eyes glued. So this is the colour. It's not quite, it's blowing out a little bit in colour there. This is, if you follow the Silks for You Facebook page, this is the monthly colour. So it is that lovely, lovely tealy bluey green colour. It is gorgeous. As soon as I seen it, I was like, ooh, I really, really like that. Love it. And I was trying to decide. Sorry, we've got a dickhead out the front being a dickhead in his car because it is wet and raining. So hope his shit box blows up on him. But anyway, back to this. So yeah, as soon as I seen this colour, I was like, oh my god, yes. What long dog can I stitch with that? So yeah, I'll have to go looking and seeing what size long dog will be able to be stitched with that hank. And I am actually thinking that if I'd done a lovely fuchsia, light fuchsia fabric with the teal stitching, I think that would look really good. Alright, so now I am going to show the Seasons pack again. If you haven't received it and you don't want spoilers, please fast forward, skip, whatever, for about 30 to 60 seconds, because I am going to show you what the summer pack is. So, first of all, we've got a lovely needle minder in it. And then I can still hear that freaking dickhead in his car. And we have 6 lovely colours. Look at that. Look at that this one here, this green one here. Bet you it's a, no, it's not a special dye. Look at that. And this blue one. They are gorgeous. Let me get a bit of white. Something to be able to show you these. No, not that, because it's got writing on it. Ugh. Give me one of my things. Alright, so we have oh no, this is the spring pack, I think. Must be the spring pack. Because this one is a lovely fuchsia looking, fuchsia sort of colour. It is SPR001. So I'm assuming that means spring 001. And then we have this magenta, purple magenta looking colour, PR175. And then we have this green, which is PR179. Dead set. Friggin' idiots. We have PR190. PR074, which is this variegated floss, which is basically, I think, all the colours together. And we have PR147, which is what I used on Sanssouci. So, yeah. So that is the spring pack. Absolutely lovely colours. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Once again, I think I will, as much as I love getting these every three or 4 months, I think I'm going to have to quit on the seasons pack next year. But I will stick with the Hank pack, Hank one and the Christmas one, I think. Yeah, because I have heaps and heaps and heaps of Silks View, and even in the Hank of the month, it's every second month. You choose your own colour. So if I really wanted to, I'd just go through and just choose the colours that I haven't got. So I've already got them. But yeah, alright guys, that is everything. Yeah, as I said, got a wedding this week and for work, and that's about it. So yeah, there's not much else to tell. So I will leave it as that. I have got my, I did do my tie-dyeing video. I was meant to post it last week, but I didn't. I got a little bit lazy on that, and yeah, I will endeavour to get it posted in the next couple of weeks for you, and then I will do my next one. But yeah guys, alright, I'm going to leave it as that. We're just under an hour, so yeah, all good. My next video will be on the 14th. Hey. Yeah, so my next video will be on the 14th of July. That is running right into, that is the start of July races at work, Hell Week. Yeah, gonna be fun. So I may not, that video I'll probably have plenty to show, but the one afterwards I probably won't have that much stitching to show, because those days are crazy. You're looking at 12, 14, maybe 16 hour days. Ow, can't bend my knee. So yeah, that is that week's going to be pretty crazy, but that's all right. We will get through it, and I will stitch what I can when I can. So, all right, guys, wherever you are in the world, please take care and stay safe. And until my next video, bye-bye for now.